Boys Inc. I know we reppin', man. Philadelphia.
You know where we from, It's West Side, 58, Illadelphia, Pennsylvania, city state, pretty state. We a hop, skip, and jump from Biggie Place. Stone clusters flashing them flustered, home of the Jones brothers. Legends like OG Kevin is with the city breed. Word to my Chief Fitty, the Dickies and trees. I feel like Keith in that red Seville with the white butter seats. Too many chiefs, no Indians, bunch of fucking geeks. Right up the street, around the corner and down the block. That's if you ain't the police and you in town to cop. Around the clock, we around the clock. 24-hour shit, 24-hour shifts. Get them ghosts on some power shit. Where we from? Probably heard about what we into. Where they do the birdie dump. Drop the top flood to watch a lot of emeralds. You know where we from? Probably heard about.
Island picture.
Oh yeah, that was a good year.
Do Ray Allen know that he was standing next to a motherfucker that probably would have gave you some smoke? Did he know?
At that point right there, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't even really into basketball. I started like no disrespect. I didn't even know who the fuck he was. I was playing for the Sixers. That's when I tapped into that. That was like that was at the Rich Carlton.
It's a famous picture. You, Ilzy, Ray Allen,
and old head Roller.
And old head Roller. Hey, listen, right? Do Ray Allen know that he was standing next to somebody who would have fuck around and gave some smoke on that court?
No, I don't think I think, no, what happened, I can't even answer that, but what I can answer, F had approached him. F, that was his lane.
Right.
He approached him and he shot at Ray Allen at the time. He was like, Ray. He was like, Ray, get us some bitches. Ray was like, shit, I came over here for y'all to get me some bitches. So,
Hey, man, we got here today, man.
Oh, man, it's Hawk Diddy, a.k.a. International Hawk, a.k.a. Westside Don.
Yeah. Hey, look, right? Gene Dill was telling this story, right?
Right.
And he was talking about how F had a couple people with him and they jumped the line to get into a party. A lot of people don't know you was one of them guys. Can you breathe some life into that? Just paint the picture for the people real quick.
Yeah, if I ain't mistaken, me Buck.
We went to the after party that was at Justin's and shit. They was serving grits and eggs and champagne and shit. So we left our car just tucked where it was, and we jumped in the cabs. We did it New York style and shit. We was just blending in and shit, you know what I'm saying? But the little homies was following the cab and shit. So we just jumped out in front of the spot that the party was. And as we was there, it was just so much crowd and stuff. We was just trying to, see what's going on. So we talking in our circle. Then I just see F just get up. He just looked up and shit. And he just walked up to the center. It was this guy. He was well dressed, big guy. You know what I'm saying? Had chains and shit on. F ain't just gonna talk to anybody and shit. He seen dude was about something. He looked like he owned the spot or some shit. So I just see F over there talking to him and shit. And out of nowhere, I'm just observing it. But then old head just transformed into something else and shit. This nigga just seemed like he was. First, I thought that he was so hyped. I thought F said something to him. And the way he responded and so disbelief and hype and looking at his people was like, fuck this shit and all that. And it made me jump to attention to go see what was going on and shit, because I was just seeing how he was moving, and I see F was over there. But then he was telling his folks, like, fuck all that. It was a long ass line, that shit like a funeral. That looked like a funeral too, wrapped around the corner. He opened the drum, opened the gate. This all me. He just claimed us and shit. So we went in and shit. As we going in, they see him, his people see him up there, but they don't know who we are. So when we go in, it was just like the presence just hit him.
You definitely get into like the fashion angle of that era. So like, what motherfuckers had on and shit. Like how was y'all coming? Like
we came. I remember we went down for Zori's. You know, shout out to Dino. We went down for Zori's, got kitted up. And I mean, my first joint, this shit got me kicked out the house. How about this? This suit, it was a Jean Paul Gaultier suit. The shit had flames in the suit with these Caesar Piccati shoes. The shit, I think the suit was $3,500, and I had this shit at my mom's house. I was a youngin' then, and my mom seen the suit and had my shit all packed up at the door when I came back and shit. Like, yo, I'm like, yo, I can't afford this shit. My folks bought me this shit. This was my first suit F bought me. You know what I mean? So that might have been more extravagant than the motherfucking tip that Gene got at the motherfucking door. You dig what I'm saying?
Sean was there. Black Rob, I remember him. And then from that, when we got acquainted with Foxy Brown and the crew over there.
But the actual night we met Foxy Brown that night, shit, Foxy Brown was on Ilzy that night. But that shit went all bad because her brother Gavin was in there that night. So, you know what I mean? Or was it the brother? That might have been the nigga she was fucking with, but it all twisted out like that. But ultimately, yeah, that was one of the many extravagant nights.
Oh yeah, that was another experience and shit. Big shouts out to Jadakiss too. You know, he's a smooth dude. I like how he moved on that. And we was out there having fun and shit. We went to this. It was a club called Coco Bongo. We hit Daddy-O's. We fucked Daddy-O's up too many nights. We wanted to see something different and shit. So we went to Coco Bongos and shit. And all the basketball players, you know, F had the basketball. He had that love and support. So they came to Coco Bongo with us and stuff. We all go up in there. DMX, you know, they had the Rough Riders in there. You know, it just turned to a lit situation and shit. So Hawk and Fur, you know, they was was talking Jadakiss.
We in VIP. We in the VIP. And we 100 bottles, man. No, 100 bottles. 100 bottles of Daddy used, man. This back in the day when that shit was $500-600 a bottle, my nigga. 100 with my nigga Antoine Walker. Shout out to Antoine Walker, the ball player. Back in the day, he was playing for the Boston Celtics. They thought F was John Singleton when we went up in the motherfucking Coco Bongo. And we fucking them up, 100 bottles of that yellow shit. I say, damn, I tap Ilzy like, yo, Kiss was the hot rapper at the time, my favorite rapper at the time, right? So I'm like, yo, man, Kiss over there, I wanna get a nigga. He like, yo, go. F say, yo, go take the nigga a bottle, man. Go let the nigga know, I mean, it's all love, man. I go over there, shoot the nigga a bottle here and there, looking a little lonely, you know what I mean? But he still Kiss. So
I'm over there talking to F and shit. We busting it up and shit, you know what I'm saying? Then I just see F walk past me and he started talking to Kiss.
I said, damn, I old head wanna bust it with you. Ilzy came over. He like, damn, man, I need, you know what I mean? I need you to help me out with my two artists I got coming out. Man, that nigga Kiss looked at motherfucking Ilzy, said, man, y'all niggas look like y'all doing better than us. Yeah. But look, I could give you the number to the kitchen table, and we could kick it and maybe figure something out.
Class seat of greatness, on how to make money and everything. Like,
yeah.
when my homies and them was getting $1.30 packs at like 12, 13,
yeah.
I was watching, my nephew would come in the house when I was 13, 14. He probably was 17. He was like 4 or 5 years older than me. He'd come in and be like, yo, count 100,000 for me. You know, at 13, 14, I'm counting $150,000. He like, when you done, you can keep all the ones, you know, back then.
Yeah.
It was so many seats. I remember one time we was going to Cancun, man, and everybody was chipped up, but you know, we had the baggy jeans. Everybody had about 10,000 or better on them, you know what I mean? But we haul assing through the airport. Beans and F get pulled the fuck by, what's that? The TSA back then, but it was like so loose.
The original.
Yeah, F had the motherfucking platinum joint on. That shit was 80. He passed that shit off at the door. Cause me, Andy, and Bean and Bucks had to keep going. We was able to get on the next flight. They left Beans and fucking F back at the joint with all that chip, cause they had held them with the chip in their pocket. Man, I went out fucking the cool and I had the big watch on, cause we had the regular gold rollers, you know that's how we was coming, but he had Big Daddy joint on. Man, fucked them up because they took like a whole extra day to get out that joint. So,
Boy Zink. I know we reppin', man. Philadelphia.
You know where we from, It's West Side, 58, Illadelph, Pennsylvania, city, state, pretty state. We a hop, skip, and jump from Biggie Place. Stone clusters flashing them flustered, home of the Jones brothers. Legends like OG Kevin is with the city breed. Word to my Chief Fitty, the Dickies and trees. I feel like Keith in that red Seville with the white butter seats. Too many chiefs, no Indians, bunch of fucking geeks. Right up the street, around the corner and down the block. That's if you ain't the police and you in town to cop. Around the clock, we around the clock. 24-hour shit, 24-hour shifts. Get them ghosts on some power shit. Where we from? Probably heard about what we into. Where they do the birdie dump. Drop the top flood to watch a lot of emeralds. You know where we from? Probably heard about